Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Old Coin Empire. In today's video, we are going to explore a fascinating coin from Australia that many people may have seen, but very few truly understand its historical importance. The coin we are talking about today is the 1967 Australian 5 cents coin. At first glance, this coin may appear to be just a small piece of metal used for everyday transactions. However, for coin collectors and numismatists, coins like the 1967 5 cents represent an important moment in the history of Australian currency. Coins are not just money. They are small pieces of history that tell stories about a country's economy, culture, and design traditions. To understand the importance of the 1967 5 cents coin, we need to go back to the mid-1960s, when Australia made a major change to its currency system. Before 1966, Australia used the pounds, shillings, and pence system, which was inherited from Britain. However, this system was complicated for everyday use. As a result, the Australian government introduced a decimal currency system in 1966, replacing pounds with dollars and cents. When this change happened, several new coins were introduced, including the 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, and 50 cents coins. The 1967 5 cents coin belongs to the early years of this new decimal system, which makes it historically significant. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the coin. On the obverse side, which is the front of the coin, you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1967. This portrait of the Queen was designed by the famous sculptor Arnold Machin, whose work appeared on many coins throughout the Commonwealth countries during that era. The portrait is elegant and simple, representing the connection between Australia and the British monarchy during that time. Many collectors appreciate this portrait because it reflects the artistic style of the 1960s. Now, let's look at the reverse side of the coin. The reverse design features one of Australia's most unique animals, the echidna. The echidna is a small, spiny mammal native to Australia and New Guinea. It is famous for its sharp spines and long snout, which it uses to search for ants and termites. The echidna is also one of the very few egg-laying mammals in the world. In the center of the coin, you will see the large number 5, which represents a denomination of 5 cents. The echidna surrounds a number in a circular design, creating a distinctive and recognizable appearance. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, an Australian designer who was responsible for several Australian coin designs. Now, let's talk about the specifications of the coin. The 1967 Australian 5 cents coin is made from copper nickel, a durable metal alloy commonly used for coins. The coin weighs approximately 2.83 grams and has a diameter of about 19.4 millimeters. Because of its small size and strong metal composition, the coin was ideal for everyday use and remained in circulation for many years. Now, the big question many collectors ask is, how much is the 1967 Australian 5 cents coin worth? In most cases, the value of this coin depends heavily on its condition. Coins that were used heavily in circulation usually show scratches, worn details, and dull surfaces. These coins typically have a relatively low collector value. However, coins that remain in uncirculated condition, meaning they were never used in daily transactions and still retain their original shine, can be more desirable for collectors. Another important factor that can increase the value of a coin is the presence of mint errors. Mint errors occur when something unusual happens during the coin production process. Examples of mint errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, and misaligned designs. If a 1967 5 cents coin has a genuine mint error, collectors may be willing to pay significantly more for it. Even though the 1967 Australian 5 cents coin may not be extremely rare, it still represents an important piece of Australia's modern coin history. It reminds us of the moment when Australia transitioned to the decimal currency system and introduced a new generation of coins. For coin collectors, even small coins like this can hold great historical value. If you have old coins at home, it is always worth taking a closer look at them. Sometimes valuable coins can be hiding in old collections, coin jars, or forgotten drawers. The 1982 Australian 5 cents coin is another interesting piece of modern Australian currency that attracts the attention of coin collectors. Although it may look similar to other 5 cents coins, the year and condition of the coin can make it collectible for many numismatists. On the obverse side of the coin, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II appears along with the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1982. This portrait was designed by Arnold Machin and remained in use on Australian coins for many years. The portrait represents Australia's connection to the British Commonwealth during the late 20th century. The reverse side of the coin features the famous echidna design, which surrounds a large number 5, representing the denomination. The echidna is one of Australia's most recognizable native animals and was chosen as a symbol of the country's unique wildlife. This coin was designed by Stuart Devlin, whose designs appear on several Australian coins. The echidna's spines and curved body create a distinctive circular pattern around the number 5, making the design both simple and visually appealing. The 1982 5-cent coin is made from copper nickel, a metal alloy commonly used for coins because of its durability and resistance to corrosion. The coin weighs approximately 2.83 grams and has a diameter of about 19.4 millimeters. Millions of these coins were produced by the Royal Australian Mint, which means a 1982 5-cent coin is generally considered common in circulated condition. However, collectors still search for coins that remain in uncirculated condition or coins that have unusual minting errors. Coins that were preserved carefully and still retain their original shine are usually more desirable for collectors. The 1983 Australian 5-cent coin continues the long-running design that began when Australia introduced its decimal currency system in 1966. Although the design remained mostly unchanged, collectors still pay close attention to individual years like 1983. On the front side of the coin, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II appears with the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1983. The portrait is surrounded by a smooth circular border, giving the coin a classic and balanced appearance. The reverse side again features the famous echidna, one of Australia's most unique animals. The echidna's spines are carefully detailed in the design, creating a circular pattern around the large number 5 in the center. Like other 5-cent coins, the 1983 version is made from copper nickel and weighs approximately 2.83 grams. The diameter of the coin is around 19.4 millimeters, which makes it one of the smaller coins in Australian circulation. Although the 1983 coin was produced in large numbers, collectors still value examples that remain in excellent condition. Coins that show minimal wear and maintain sharp design details are often more attractive to collectors. In some cases, collectors may also search for mint errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual markings that occurred during the minting process. The 1993 Australian 5-cent coin represents a later period in Australia's modern coinage system. By the early 1990s, the 5-cent coin had already been used in circulation for nearly 3 decades. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II along with the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1993. This portrait style had become very familiar to Australians and collectors around the world. On the reverse side, the coin again displays the iconic echidna, design surrounding the large number 5. The echidna continues to represent Australia's unique wildlife and remains one of the most recognizable animals featured on Australian coins. The coin is produced using copper nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance and strong durability. It weighs about 2.83 grams and has a diameter of approximately 19.4 millimeters. Although the 1993 5-cent coin is not considered rare, collectors may still look for coins that are part of mint sets or coins that remain in uncirculated condition. In coin collecting, condition is one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. The 1999 Australian 5-cent coin is one of the later coins of the 20th century that continues the classic echidna design used on Australian 5-cent coins for decades. On the obverse side, the coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II along with the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 1999. The portrait remains similar to earlier versions but reflects a continued tradition of featuring the monarch on Australian currency. The reverse side again shows the famous echidna, design surrounding the large number 5. This design has remained one of the most recognizable features of Australian coinage since the introduction of the decimal system. The 1999 5-cent coin is also made from copper nickel, weighs approximately 2.83 grams, and measures about 19.4 millimeters in diameter. Although these coins are produced in large quantities, collectors sometimes search for coins that remain in perfect condition or coins that contain rare mint errors. For collectors who enjoy building complete date collections, the 1999 5-cent coin represents an important part of the series that spans many decades of Australian coin history.